can't receive. They can't receive. That's the first group. They've been there for a long time. Even members have been there for a while. Even members have been here for a while. They suffer from these things. Number two.
Group number 2.
Colleagues.
Thank you, sir.
People who know you closely. They see you drink Coca-Cola. They see you angry. They see you annoyed.
Now full sana.
They see you eat some chips. They see you eat whatever. They see in your shorts. They become familiar. And they don't receive from you. Colleagues. Number 3, relatives. This one is my blood brother. This one is my uncle. This one is my father. This one is my brother-in-law. This one is my this. This one is my cousin. My this. Relatives cannot receive. Because after a while they say, how are you, uncle? How are you, uncle? I'm not your uncle, I'm your pastor. The fourth group is an interesting group. These are the pastor's wives. The wife of the bishop himself. The wife of the pastor himself. Your elders, your wives, they get used to you. And they cannot receive from you. That's why sometimes when your wife is sick, you lay hands on him, they're not healed. They say, I'll go and see the bishop tomorrow. They are too much used to you. They cannot receive from you. The bishop's wife cannot receive from the bishop. Because when the bishop is angry, she's the one who cools him down. Bishop begins to prophesy and say, I see you. Says, okay, I am husband.
Then
the last group are the elders.
Last group
These are very close.
Elders.
These are your close friends and your close associates. Because you confide in them. You tell them things on your heart. You tell them your frustrations. You tell them your fears. You tell them how you feel exactly. Because of that, they take advantage of that and they become too familiar. And then they cannot receive. And they begin to distance themselves. You can say, Elder, I see God doing things. The bishop will be sweating. And the elder is full of unbelief. Unbelief. You are saying, I wish it was Benihini now. Let me tell you something. I don't care who is your favorite preacher. I don't care. bury in whatever you want. Those people, they are like him. They've got people who are around him. My wife's friend was saying they went, he's a member of Christ's Embassy, so they went to Chris's meeting. And he said that everybody was falling. I asked them a question. The bodyguards, the men who were with him, were they falling? He says no.
Elders.
They suffer from familiarity. They suffer from familiarity. Close associates. They suffer. Because they give you money once in a while. They say, even the TV is watching right now. Of course, I bought it myself. You know, the pastor knows. I bought it in the sofa. He knows. I don't know with him, but I've seen that even if I preach as hard as anything, the elders will never come and repent and say, Pastor, lay hands on me. Just to fold their hands and they are just not looking very holy with I know it all attitude. They are suffering from familiarity. They are suffering from familiarity. You must one time also come and kneel down and say, please, man of God, lay hands on me, pray for me. And you are crying also because you are still, even though you are an elder, but you are still his son and his daughter. You are still a member of the church. Even if you don't recommend that he calls me, I don't care, but I have told you the truth. All right, I want to round off. And I want to tell you. Familiarity brings disloyalty. Familiarity brings disloyalty. You become disloyal to the man of God. You give an instruction, but you do something else. And you give a good reason why you did what you did. If the man of God tells you, take this TV, let it face the wall, you must never question him. You must take that TV and make it face the wall. When you do that, then you can question him. Man of God, but why are we putting it to face it there? There is a difference. Number one, you have already obeyed the instruction. Number two, you are now looking for understanding. But if I say make it first this way, and you say no, that means you are disloyal. You first of all do the instruction. Then look for understanding. If the man of God buys what you are saying, you say now let's make the TV face this way. There's a difference there. Familiar people are disloyal people. You tell them let's meet at 9, they come at 9:30. Because they are familiar. You call them let's meet at 6, they come at 7. You tell them let's come and intercede. They will not come because it is raining. They will not come. They say the child was coughing. These people are suffering from familiarity. And they become disloyal. Familiar people, they cross boundaries they should not cross.
Abantu abachibeleshi balapita munshira tabalingire n'okufikapo.
Can you come, my sister? Can you come? Just leave your books there. I don't want people when they greet my wife, the members, and they're saying this way.
Ama members ngabaposha bakashibandi balachipamamo era bachitaso.
Thank you. They are crossing boundaries.
They are
not supposed to be crossing. If you become too familiar, you begin to cross some boundaries. You are not supposed to cross. I know I went to the elder's house and they said you are welcome. But they did not mean that. They told me, Pastor, you are free, you are welcome. But let me tell you the truth. They never meant what they were saying. I am not free in that house. Because let me prove it to you. If I go and open the fridge and close it and open and close it, they begin to look at each other and say, look at this person now. If I go to the men's bedroom and I open the door and I sit on his bed, they begin to talk to me. Do you know why? I am crossing boundaries. That's what familiar people do. They cross boundaries. They cross boundaries. Familiar people. They do what they're not supposed to be doing. They begin to joke about the man of God, this message, his songs, his dressing, his children. They make fun of things that you don't make fun about. They are crossing boundaries. They say things that they're not supposed to be saying. And familiarity stems jealousy and carnality. So that when your man of God begins to raise him, people, they become jealous and they become carnal and they begin to fight him. And the sad thing is now stealing the church money. They become jealous when God is raising him up. The sad thing is misusing church funds. I think when he goes overseas, he receives a lot of money for the church, but he's using it on himself. Jealousy and carnality. I will not read this in the book of 2 Samuel 6 verse 20. 2
Samuel chapter 6 verse 20.
Numbers chapter 12 verse 1. I'm not reading this. Read it yourself.
Numbers chapter 12 verse 1.
Familiar people, it takes away spiritual discipline. It takes away spiritual discipline. It also takes discipline not to become familiar. One thing I have discovered, people that become familiar with you, if you give them the slightest chance, they become familiar with you. Because I love football. And I'm talking to you about Manchester United. It does not mean that we are now friends. Because I talk to you politics, it does not mean I'm now your friend. Because I sit with you on the elders board and we sit together. Doesn't mean that I'm now your friend. In your thinking, do you think that your president doesn't have friends? In your thinking yourself, do you think that your president doesn't have friends? Are you sure? He has got friends. But when he stands in his office, they say His Excellency the President. How come in church we don't do that?